There we go.
Oh wow, you called a class, okay. Alright, whatever.
Wait, is this actually class 4?
This is class 4. I was going to call it, but close enough. Right, sit yourselves down, please. Sit yourselves down on the chair, alternate on a chair. We'll get under the class. You can stay standing up because you're a medic. You'll probably be required. Don't change the board. Hello, everybody. Sit yourselves down on the chair. Look at the chair and press Alt and E to sit down, please. My name is Mr. Blue. I'm going to be your teacher today. We're going to be having a discussion that relates to this server. Alt and E on a chair to sit down, please. I don't care if you actually sit down on a desk. I just want you all sitting down, please. Come on, Amy. Sit yourself down or fuck off. I don't care. Right, okay, there's enough people here to get started, so, you know, we'll just get straight on with it. I ain't going to waste no time today. Hello, everybody, my name's Mr. Blue. I'm your teacher today. As you may have noticed, I'm a philosophy teacher. I talk total bollocks, and I get paid for it, which is pretty fun. Michael, would you please sit yourself down on a chair? Don't care which chair, just sit down, please, lad. Anyway, sit down on a chair, please. Liboo, sit yourself down, please, mate.
Sit down, teacher.
Yeah, that's fine. I ain't got to sit down and philosophy teacher. Now today, the topic we're covering is a relatively interesting one because it actually suits pretty closely to the way that we all act right now. Today, if you try pickpocketing me, I'm going to beat you to death, lad. Today, we are going to be talking about social norms in society and how they do not translate to the internet. Has anybody got a clue what I mean when I refer to social normalities? Has anybody got any idea what I'm talking about when I say social norms?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do so.
It's when you take a dump in your own mouth.
Okay, these are perfect examples of what is not really social norms. A social norm is how you are expected by society to behave, right? So it would say be socially normal not to follow your teacher around with a crowbar out. That's how you will be socially normal in real life. I mean, you wouldn't do that if you were in school. You wouldn't take a crowbar to school and follow your teacher around for fun. If your teacher told you to sit down, you'd probably do it. You probably wouldn't rewrite the board every 30 seconds like that chap's doing. And you probably wouldn't piss on people for the hell of them. So that's kind of what a social norm is. Sit yourself down for me if you're not sitting down, please. Just sit down. I don't care if you're not sitting on a desk. So the question I have for you, and I want you to answer this to the best of your ability. Look, you're all talking over me. Here you go, it's a social norm. I've been attacked. Look, I'm being attacked now.
Why are you beating him up?
So,
Stop beating him up.
anyway, here's the point. Social norms are not normal. We don't have those on the internet, right?
Oh, you don't fucking joke.
So, think about it. Why do social norms not carry over in Gary's mod? Think about it. I mean, a lot of the behaviour you're doing now, you would not do in school or at your workplace, would you?
I would.
Okay, yeah, logically, if you weren't a fucking idiot, you wouldn't do it. But why do you do it on Gary's mod? Why do you do it on Gary's mod? Why would you behave this way on Gary's mod if you wouldn't behave this way in real life?
I touch you up. I like to touch you up and shut up. And then you'll shut up. You're right, man. You're right.
But seriously, think about it. This is a legitimate question.
Let you eat my shit with rocks.
Oh, it's very loud right now.
Shut the fuck up.
Guys,
well, he made the point.
He has such a huge point that
Jackie is a gay. Jackie, biggest gay on this school.
Right, so the point in hand is, why don't we follow the normal social norms that we have? Why don't we follow those social norms?
I think you're right.
Why don't we follow? I have a reason why I think we don't follow the social norms. And I either want you to agree with me or disagree and come up with the reason why you don't think it is. But I think the reason we don't follow the social norms in Gary's mod and on the internet is because there is no real life consequence for your action. Punching me to death, what's going to happen to you? Nothing. Pissing on me, what's going to happen to you? Nothing. The worst that's going to happen is you're going to get banned. And if you piss people off, I know you're going to get DDoS and possibly have your internet fucked up. But that's not a consequence you think about when you're playing Gary's mod, because there's not a teacher there that's going to send you to the headmaster who's then going to fuck you over by, I don't know, banning you for a couple of days from school. Fucking up your grades. You fail in school, you fail in life, right? But that doesn't happen on Gary's mod because you can just do what you want, and this is why social norms don't exist in that regard. But what if they did? What if consequences from Gary's mod carried over into real life? Would you behave in this way if it did? Anybody going to answer that? Anybody going to answer that?
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. I agree.
I
So
agree.
that's it.
I agree.
So that's
Right.
it. If we get attacked-
Allow me
if
to
we
give
have-
you an example of a friend of mine. Oi! Silence in the class, please, while I give you this example. Sometimes the things that happen in Gary's mod do carry over into real life. Allow me to give you a perfect example from a friend of mine. This friend of mine was DDoSed by a 12-year-old. This is a relatively standard thing. 12-year-olds like to DDoS because it makes them feel hard. Now, he is possibly knowing more about computers than most of us put together, right? So with that particular
Wait
knowledge...
a second.
Yes.
Can
You saying
everyone
that it
just
takes
sit
knowledge
down
to
for a
DDoS
second?
people?
This is just confusing. Can you just all sit down?
No,
Like,
this
don't
is
care where
normal.
You sit down, but just sit down.
This is normal, trust me. Anyway, my friend then decided to get the IP address from the DDoS. Doing that, he found out the ISP, wronged them, got the information to the family, and wronged the kid's home, to which his parents picked up. That kid was banned from the internet for 2 years. In fact, he's only recently come back on. And this is actually a social consequence of your actions, because he chose to do something and it caught up to him. Being online didn't prevent him from getting in trouble. Now, most of the time, this isn't true. Most of the time, you can do what you want, and in general, you get away with it, right? I mean, how many people have just punched me now, pissed on me, whatever? How many people have done that? How many people are not sitting down when I've asked them to? How many people are being little shitheads? You follow what I say? What's the consequence? You're going to get whacked a bit. You might get an admin to tell you off. You might get banned. But it's not a real consequence. So why don't we follow those? Why doesn't it carry over in Gary's mod? Why are we like that?
Because Gary's mod is just...
Can I
Because
say
Gary's mod
something,
is full of
Doctor?
6-year-old kids who want to achieve something in their life, but they fail at it.
Okay, that's one example. Can we get somebody else? Why don't we follow it over on Gary's mod? Somebody else tell me. Yeah, you want to speak, Tyson.
I think you're right.
Go ahead, Tyson.
Because
it's not
Gary's
real
mod is
life.
just a game.
And nobody cares.
Can I say something?
Alright. The reason why everyone does it is just because they want to be funny online, and they just say there's no consequence for this.
Good, I like that. Anyone else got a reason why we don't follow social norms online compared to real life?
Because it's just a game. Because
Everybody
it's just a
thinks
game.
it's
Because it's just a game. There's another good example.
game.
Let's move away from Gary's mod and say the internet in general, right? So when you go on a forum and you say, lol, you fag, troll, lol, what about the social consequence there? Because I know some of you probably do it. You probably go on forum and say, oh my god, you're such a fag because you like My Little Pony. Oh my god, you're a furry. Oh my god, lol. Where are the social norms here? You wouldn't go up to somebody in real life and say to their face, you're a fag, because they probably deck you, right? But you haven't got that threat in Gary's mod, so you will go up to their the internet, so you do it. Why? Somebody give me an example of why we do this and why we shouldn't do it. Come on.
Because it's
it's
funny.
fun.
Talking about
Can you
games,
make
what about
everyone-
DayZ? There is a lot of Russian faggots just having no humanity at all. They just start beating up and insulting people.
Yeah, sounds about right. Why is making fun of people acceptable though? Because making fun of people is not acceptable in real life. Making fun of people is not good. You get in trouble for it, but on Gary's mod on the internet you don't. Why? Why shouldn't we get in trouble for the way we behave online? Why shouldn't we get in trouble for the way we behave online? Somebody explain that to me right now.
We shouldn't get in trouble for the way we behave in real life either, really.
So if I came to your house, gouge both your eyeballs out and replace them with your testicles, I shouldn't get in trouble for that. Is that what you're saying?
From behaviour, I'm talking about, like, talking to people and making fun of them. There shouldn't be really consequences for that in real life.
But here's the thing, how do you know that you're making fun of...
server accepting the fact that you're joining an RP server, so you should act like you behave in real life. But if you piss on people in real life, that's just fucking retarded.
Here's a question though, to the one point that was just brought up. How do you know that making fun of people online doesn't lead to them attempting to take their own lives because they don't understand themselves how to deal with taking the piss out of them? How do you know? What if somebody posted up this picture of, say, something he'd made and he was really dead proud of it and you said that's a piece of shit and took the piss out of him? What if he went and killed himself after that, which
I've just
people have
witnessed something
done?
like that. Someone posted
Exactly.
something.
Why is that acceptable and normal? Explain that to me in a logical
They're
way.
stupid.
Why? Why is it stupid to take pride in something you've made? Something you spent hours working over that appears shit to someone else?
Insulted if it was a friend who insulted my work.
But we're talking about random, totally people you don't know. You haven't got a fucking clue who I am. What if you randomly commented on something I'd spent 30 hours working on, and I'd worked on it, and I thought it was really good, and it was pretty good, and you said, "Trollolololololol, that's shit," and I went and killed myself. What happens then? What do we do then? Why is that a socially acceptable norm?
Shut up, Nikolai.
No, he has the right
Fox,
to
I
point
think
the point
you're
out.
Totally right.
That's the point of a discussion. He's allowed to take part, but we'll let someone else
I
talk.
think you're totally right. People should not behave like that in the internet, even if they, try to be funny.
That class was short. It was only 10 minutes. Thank you very much for attending.
And insulting people.
The class is over. You are welcome to go to other class. We'll probably have another debate at some point about groups, but for now, head off to the cafeteria, get some food and have fun. Thank you very much for attending.